Okay, hey YouTube, it's me, Michael, I'm gonna try to make this a quick video, but whatever. Anyway, so, I'd say about 2 weeks ago now, I got harassed at school, and this is basically what happened. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm trans, and on occasion I do get shit for being trans, which is stupid, but I guess I can kind of understand where people are coming from. But I'd say this was one of the worst experiences I've ever had, especially since it was kind of happening in the middle of class, and I actually ended up having like a breakdown because of it. So let me explain. So there are these kids in my band class who already were not very nice to me. Like, not only did they, it wasn't even just me, it was like anyone who was in the LGBT community, because, they're closed-minded individuals. But there are just times where they just went too far, like calling people faggots and calling people trannies. And shit like that. Well, during this one day, and I already told the story about how the school, if you didn't know that story, well, oh well. But basically, some people in my school know my birth name, and, it got around last year where a lot of people knew my birth name, and, now that's kind of just, like, evened out a little bit. But basically what was happening was I was in the middle of band class, and I was getting ready for my concert, which was supposed to be the next day, and I hear from behind me my birth name being called out. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say it. It was, I heard Olivia, and like very like hushed tones, as to not alert the band teacher. And at first I'm like, they're not calling my name. There's other people named that. Why would they do that? They were like, hey, Michael! And finally I turned around, I'm like, yeah? And so this one kid was like, yeah, I heard that your real name's Olivia. And I'm like, it's not, but okay. And so I turned around and just tried to ignore them. But then they started going, Olivia! Hey, Olivia, turn your ass around. I wasn't finished talking to you. And so I was just, like, the other bass clarinets were just kind of, like, looking at me like, are you gonna be okay? Because I was, like, kind of biting my lip. And then, I heard them talking. They were like, God, she's such a he-she looking bitch. And other shit like that. There was also, like, what a faggot! And they said it loud enough so I could hear it. What else? There was also, God, what else? They were like, oh, fucking tranny. And, one person was like, oh, I thought she was a dude. And, the other guy was like, huh, she's got tits. And at that point, I was like, really on edge. And, like, I had to text my friend, and I was basically like, hey, look, I'm about to have a meltdown. And finally they were like, Olivia, turn your ass around. And I'm like, please be quiet. I turned around and said, please be quiet. And then, like, they continued, and it got worse. Hey, faggot. Yo, he, she. Yo, tranny. Yo, Olivia. And then finally I stood up in the middle of band class and yelled, hey, shut the fuck up, on the top of my lungs. Everyone stop. Everyone in band class just dropped. And I'm like, I'm so embarrassed at the fact that I did this, but I finally broke. Like, I finally, like, the bass clarinet saw me. Like, I play bass clarinet, and I'm first chair, and there's two others, and they both saw it coming. Well, they both saw me being angry coming. No one saw me yelling at them, because I'm kind of quiet in that class. So I finally yelled, shut the fuck up, and basically charged at them. They backed away, I looked at the teacher and I'm like, sorry. And then I sprinted out of the fucking room and I went straight to the office, cause I was like having a panic attack. So I made it to the office and I'm like, I really need to talk to a counselor. I really need to talk to a counselor. Finally, I was let in to talk to a counselor. And as soon as she shut the door, I went, ah! Oh man. But the office handled it very well. I basically told the counselor the entire story. I told her about how they were, like, harassing me. And she was like, okay, all I need you to do is file a harassment claim so you don't get in trouble for using offensive language in the middle of class. And I'm like, okay, I'll file a harassment claim. Only 2 of the 4 people who were contributing to the conversation, only 2 of them got in trouble, which is something I was kind of disappointed about, but okay. So there's this one kid, I'm just gonna call him A, and, you know, anyone who fucking goes to my band class knows who that is. He was part of the group, and basically, I know he's just fucking insecure about his voice because he sounds like a girl. Like, people call him a girl sometimes, and he's not even trans. He just sounds like a fucking girl, and he's insecure about it, and that's what causes him to get so pissy. But, you know, basically him and one other guy, they both got, in-school suspension for harassment. So that was fun. But, you know, like, this kid named B, I mean, A and B, that's kind of appropriate, but, B apologized to me sincerely, so I forgave him, kinda. I mean, I don't really talk to him much, and I don't like him, but, you know, I forgave him. A never apologized to me. He continues to call people faggot a lot of people faggot, and, you know, he just stopped picking on me directly, because it wasn't even just me, it was me and other trans people that are in my band class, not like that are in my band, because there are 3 people who are trans who are in band, and those 3 people get picked on so much. I finally, like, got done with it, and I finally screamed at him. And I was so glad, because I was so close to getting into trouble with the office. Even with the harassment claim, I still could have gotten in-school or out-of-school suspension, which would have been horrible for me. And it kind of goes on your record. So, everyone in band class, literally everyone in band class backed me up. Except for the 4 kids that were participating. Everyone else in band class backed me up. And was like, Michael's my bro. And I was so fucking happy. And some other people came forward and talked about how A had harassed them before. And basically the office believed me. The harassment claim was put in, you know. There were people who came up who heard what was going on, who also wrote it down, because they wouldn't just believe one student if all 4 of the students, or both, the 2 of them that they called up, if both those students said they didn't do shit, you know? And basically my band teacher was really pissed because he has a trans daughter, and he's not a fan of transphobic behavior. So, you know, it all kind of worked out pretty well. Everyone's on my side in band, and, you know, there were, apparently there was a rumor that I left the school. Someone started the rumor that I ran out and left the school and drove off. That was not true, because if I did that, I would definitely be in trouble. And then, apparently some people actually ended up chasing down A and, like, threatening him. They didn't get any trouble for it either, so. Okay, so that's my story. When I was harassed at school. Alright. Bye, YouTube. It's great to talk to y'all. I'll make more videos, I promise. I know I don't make very many. Alright, bye!